If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Here and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an evolution that is a free evolution that does some pretty cool stuff to a lot of these cards. To be fair, it actually gives you 2 playstyle pluses that could be a W to work with, depending on the player that you're actually improving. The reason being for this is because Aerial Plus and Power Header Plus, if you know certain cards that have like really good base mechanics when it comes to like jumping animations and stuff, giving those 2 playstyle for the corner kicks, like good luck to people dealing with that if you have your other defensive playstyles already set up, right? So good stuff there, especially for a free one. Stat improvements, power shots, aerial plus for this one, and then you get, you also get a quick step, striker position change, and a +1 weak foot. Bro, this is a crazy evolution. Because striker position change is actually helpful as well, depending on how you're formatting your team. Like if you're playing like a 4-3-3, for instance, and you just want to have like 2 center mids, and then your CDM doesn't really have like those specific position changes, but then you put them on striker to move them there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what people do, right? But that quick step playstyle is a really, really big plus as well. Especially in this game, bro. If you have quick step with a jockey, it's looking good. It's looking good. Okay, so from some of the trending ones, as of right now, we have someone like Eder Militao. So Eder Militao can be improved from the rare gold version, right? The rare gold version is working with block, intercept, aerial, power shot, quick step as well. So honestly, as an evolution, not necessarily a bad choice. Probably going to be extinct on the market. He is. The rare gold upgrade into the evolution puts him in a specific area where honestly, he could be pretty good, because a key thing here to mention is that if you give this card the Shadow Chemistry style, right? He already has base card stats of 95 jumping. So you don't necessarily have to go on the route of, giving him an Anchor Chemistry style, then, improving the stats in the physical department, although he looks pretty decent on it. I don't think Militao is a lengthy play. Oh, he is a lengthy player. Ooh, that adds to it then. Number 9. Let me see. I like to go on Fowis because they update it like pretty quickly. Okay, so Eder Militao on an anchor. Ooh, mostly lengthy on an anchor. That's looking pretty spicy, I'm not gonna lie. I will say though that the shadow kind of looks nice because of the extra stats and interceptions and stuff. I think interceptions is a really key thing, because he even has the regular playstyle to work with too, right? With a 4-star weak foot. So yeah, that's like a free version of a center back card that could be pretty decent to work with. So that's actually not bad at all. Emre Can is a card that is trending. He could be switched from center back to CDM. He gets massive stat improvements, very oddly formatted pace, but in all fairness, if his sprint speed is as good as it looks, especially with the mostly lengthy and base card stats in the physical department being in the 90s area, it could still be really nice, because there's cards that are kind of like this that still perform really well in game. I'll give you guys an example actually. I have not used this card myself, but I'm saying like from previous versions, right? Because he's kind of formatted like that as well, where his acceleration is lower than the sprint speed. But looking at this new card, they formatted his pace very nicely for that shadow. Yeah, this guy must be a monster in game. I haven't tried him, so I have no idea, right? But he's like an example of what I've talked about in the past. Now, this one's a little bit different because it's at an 82, right? Acceleration. And I think, in my opinion, I feel like the acceleration is kind of important to work with, right? But there is also the compensation because he is given the quick step as well. That is added to the card, right? So quick step, even though his acceleration is lower, is looking pretty cool, right? Shadow Chemistry style puts him in an area where, honestly, defensive animations wise, he could be pretty good, right? He's got passing capabilities, which is a huge W, right? Intercept, bruiser, press proven, power shot. So you can actually switch him between the CDM position and the center back position, and he could be pretty solid. So yeah, not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Probably going to be a card. Oh, he went up in price a little bit. Interesting stuff. Leon Goretzka from the Inform improvements gets Aerial Plus and Power Header. Aerial Plus is cool. Power Header, it depends on whether or not you have like a center mid that gets involved inside the 18-yard box. I feel like Power Header could be helpful for like regular clearances as well. Maybe, I don't know. What is it? What's the description for the Power Header? Let me see. Performs headers with maximum power and accuracy. Does that go hand in hand with like performs headers with increased power? Does that go hand in hand with like clearing the ball too, or like a headed pass? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's like that stuff, that is actually helpful. Goretzka's case, he has power shot, intercept, bruiser, aerial, quick stop. Yeah, I mean, he could be pretty good too. People will look into this card because he gives you those Bayern Munich links. Like, that's the key thing here, right? How much is the Inform? Extinct as well. Evolution they just put these things extinct right away, huh? Utovigia, real quick. What is this Tonali from? What's this one? Oh, from the rare gold. Backline to Frontline. I'm gonna put you guys over here actually, because sometimes you guys give me some good suggestions from the chained evolutions, right? Some people have like really good old ones, right? Okay, so Tonali, Aerial Plus, Power Header Plus, Long Ball Pass, Slide Tackle, Relentless, Power Shots, Quick Step. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I probably wouldn't go down this route unless I knew he was gonna get some sort of like improvement in the future, because Tonali is cool in this game, but he lacks play styles, right? Like in the beginning of the year, when it came down to using like the rare gold players in a team, Tonali didn't really do it for me, man. Chouameni definitely did, right? Which is why his SBC card, as a personal favorite, if I'm playing him in that proper CDM, medium high work rated role, you know, he plays it really well. Tonali never really did that for me in the past. I think that he requires way more playstyles to actually be a proper CDM. He has potential to be a good one, but they just got to do more stuff to him, in my opinion, right? Kessier, this is from the Radioactive, right? Yeah, it is. Kessier gets the one high 5-star weak foot, because he does get the weak foot improvement. Shadow Chemistry style, making him mostly lengthy. Not bad for the Saudi Arabian fans, right? Again, probably lacks in playstyles in certain areas, but in-game could be good. Because the thing is, guys, is that sometimes when EA drops the juice on these cards with the improvements and stuff, sometimes they perform significantly better than you think, right? A very good example of this is the Clark card, right? Because from the showdown, when I reviewed him, I'm like, it just feels like a bronze card that's been upgraded. But then when he got the actual plus, and then you put him into the Evo, it was a card that performed significantly better. Would I have gotten him over Akanji? No chance, right? But it can happen to some of the cards, right? Oh, Danilo Pereira. That's a really good one you guys are talking about, because let me see if this guy actually has an evolution now. Oh, he does. He finally gets an evolution, bro. Look at that. The thing is, though, is that, I mean, the improvements are definitely nice. He could be decent. Bro, when I first got this guy as a CDM, I was still like, bro, Chouameni over anybody, honestly. I was still on that flex, bro. Chouameni is just an absolute monster, but I mean, Danilo Pereira could be decent. Like, evolutions like this, it's more for people that are building that sort of like past and present squad, or they're having that sort of concept in their team where they want like PSG links and stuff, right? Because meta-wise, I still feel like he probably requires maybe a different evolution to make him playstyle pluses for the defensive stuff. But again, Aerial Plus and Power Header Plus would definitely be really cool on that card. Tamori from the rare gold, controlled lengthy with good pace. Anchor Chemistry style, not a bad card. Playstyles wise, block, power shot, just has block as a defensive playstyle, eh? Okay. I'm really like picky with defenders. You guys know me, man. Like, I try to tell you all the time that with defenders, you want to try to go like absolute full meta as much as possible. Like, bro, if I was being serious, Akanji is in every single one of my teams, man, honestly. Akanji's a beast. I've never used like Team of the Year Van Dijk, and I did use Team of the Year Ferdinand for a bit, and that card was really nice too, but I wonder what Lucio and stuff is like, you know? Like, with defenders, guys, I'm really like... With midfielders, like, I've used like the new Zanetti card and I use like Team of the Year Mateus, and those guys, like they're very nice, you know? But defenders, the back four, the back four needs to be like absolute, man, like crazy too, you know? Alaba gets an improvement from the Inform card. Again, the playstyle pluses, they're cool to give him, but I don't think it's going to be like a huge benefit. It's like players like Eder Militao, it'll be a benefit, you know, those two playstyle pluses for sure. Even Emre Can as well, I think that would be a huge thing for him too. Upamecano as well, potentially. Cancelo gets one too. See, so here's the thing, right? I will mention this. This is a very key thing to mention. I think Aerial Plus for the fullback area is nice, okay? Because if you actually face off against people that have the whipped pass plus and your players are, you know, really well positioned, I think giving these cards an Aerial Plus would actually be a benefit to them as long as their other defensive playstyles is already in a good area. What's good about Cancelo's card is that his dribbling in game is actually pretty decent for a fullback, right? The power header I don't really care as much about, but the Aerial Plus, considering how low his jumping is, if I chose to use this card in that right back position, I feel like that would definitely be really nice. But I think ideally you want to go for someone that is probably going to be a little bit more physical to work with, right? So Costanova is probably another option as well from the Inform version. The Inform version does not have any playstyle pluses in comparison to this card, who from the Defender's evolution gets the Block Plus and the Relentless, right? So Costanova, if you didn't do the other one, you can go in this direction too. Playstyles wise, regular block, regular slide tackle, power header, and aerial. Shadow Chemistry Style puts him at really good pace with good base card stats. For physical, you could technically go on the route of giving him an anchor as well, and he's still going to be a lengthy card too. So not necessarily a bad choice. Captavia. So Captavia gets Aerial Plus. See, I think for a card like this, Aerial Plus makes more sense, right? What's his dribbling like though? Yeah, this one could be nice actually. What is Captavia on a control? Like, what is he on an anchor? Not trending on Footbin, really? Captavia. Am I not saying his name right? This one right here. And then evolutions, filters. This one. Filters. Okay. Anchor Chemistry Style does what to him? Controlled lengthy still. See, here's the thing, right? For a card like Captavia, if you have him in your team, I don't think this is a terrible option, to be honest. I think Quick Step is a W. I think that'd be a really huge W for him. He has Relentless. He doesn't have any defensive playstyles, but Aerial Plus would be very helpful, considering his jumping stats are not, excuse me, very high. And then maybe in the future, if he gets like another evolution and you can actually use him on an Anchor Chemistry Style, that's actually a card to look into, I would say. Because if he gets one more evolution to improve him a little bit further, and then maybe they give him like defensive playstyles, could be pretty decent. It's not an awful choice, to be honest. Not an awful choice. Captavia, Upamecano 91 pace on this card. He has a weird pace split. Yeah, I remember him having a weird pace split. No stamina, but base card stats for physicals in a fantastic area. Playstyles, pinged pass, bruiser, power shot, quick step. So again, not a card that has defensive playstyles, which I feel like would be very important. Stats wise, bro, if this was like an older FIFA game, like holy, this guy would be, it's gotta be one of the best center backs in the game, probably. Unless they do like some sort of like hidden animations or whatnot. Radioactive Maestro into Backline to Frontline. Oh, so he actually gets those double improvements if you actually did that, eh? Medium high, 4-star weak foot. Probably a really proper CDM, eh? No intercepts though. He has passing playstyles. Power shot, quick step, power header, aerial. I've never used that card, so I have no idea what he's like in game. Because there've been a few options for him. Bro, this one's gonna have so many different options, man. For sure. Let's see what else we got here. Captavia, Tamizi, Goretzka. Australian player that you can upgrade. That was from a objective, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it was the pro player card. Interesting. Pro player on that. Oh, Saliba. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Doing anything for Saliba now would be a waste of time, because if you didn't do, is it this one? Yeah, if you didn't do this one, then you're wasting your time with him, right? Because this card is actually pretty good in game. Would I use him over Akanji? No. Do I still think he's pretty good in game? Yeah. If I was going to do evolutions, like, it had to be this guy or nothing, right? Because those playstyles that he's been given has been a huge plus on the card. Nigerian Premier League links for CDM. Can't go wrong with that. Class in Inter Milan. Rabiot gets an improvement as well. 3-star, 4-star. Shadow chemistry style. Here's the thing you have to look into when it comes to this evolution. Make sure that if they're a defender or a midfielder, that they have good base playstyles, okay? It's very important to mention with these cards. Lulu, Milinkovic, Bentancur. Bentancur from what? Oh, from the all improvements, eh? Toughen up like a rock, backline to front line. Shadow chemistry style puts them in a very nice spot. Not bad. Not bad. Declan Rice gets one. Zakaria. Ricardo Isgaio also gets one too. Shadow chemistry style puts his pace in a good area. Usability wise, it's there. 4-star, 5-star for this guy. Actually has good playstyles too. Anticipates good. Slide tackle's good. Quick step also good. That's not bad. For sentimental guys, not bad at all. Ryerson? Isn't he a lengthy? I swear he was before. Shadow chemistry style says he's controlled here on a shadow. Centurion's upgrade into backline to frontline. If you still have that card, it's an option. Not bad. Bruno Guimaraes. Ooh, Mangala gets one too. The Mangala card. Okay, so this is from the flashback card. So, base playstyles. See, this card, here's what I'll say about this card, right? So the improvements in-game could be very noticeable, right? But defensive playstyles-wise, like defensive animations, it was decent on the card. I didn't mind it whatsoever, but it's more for someone that is building some sort of like past and present FC Porto squad and Man City squad. But guys, just remember that I'm speaking in this way, but I'm very like thinking about the defenders now. Like they need to be like top tier, right? But again, these are all cards to look into if you want to improve them potentially even further down the road, right? Tchouaméni gets a card too from the rare gold. That's a waste of time at this point. Varela. So look at that, right? If it was your boy doing some sort of like FC Porto squad, then you can kind of go down that road as well, right? But yeah, there's going to be a few options for sure to work with, 100%. Let's see if Easy SBC has any like cool chained one as of right now. Let's see. So if we do backline to frontline, chain it up. I don't think we're going to have any right now that currently exist. Long periods of time, yeah, there's going to be a few. Look at this one. Thiago Dijay actually gets one too. Jockey, Block, Bruiser. This card could be okay, actually. Doesn't look that bad, eh? Mostly lengthy on a shadow too. Reactions is there, not dribbling, but reactions in a good spot. This card could be okay in game, eh? Portuguese, League One. Maybe. Maybe. Base 99 jumping with aerial plus and power header. That could be pretty crazy on him, actually. That's not bad. That's not bad. Andric, Nene. Tonali, Zinchenko. Where's Ricardo Isgaio? Timber gets one. Arsonist gets another one too, eh? Look at this guy. Bruno Guimaraes gets another upgrade. This guy's probably received a few upgrades by now, I would say. Interesting. Well, we've checked out some of the main ones. There's obviously going to be some that people might do for sentimental value or for cards that could be pretty good. Again, guys, very key thing to mention when it comes to looking into these cards is that if they have good base mechanics for defensive animations and whatnot, those are the cards that you should be looking into the most, okay? Because EA drops a special sauce on cards that already have good base mechanics. It usually ends up being really nice. But yeah, I think we'll call it there in regards to the choices that we have. There's obviously going to be a bunch of them that you can work with. Like you can even go with this Zinchenko card that gets that striker position change. so that you can rotate him into the midfield setup, right? Like stuff like that's pretty cool to work with, right? It's the 4-star weak foot, usability is there. Shadow chemistry style, most likely, even a hunter if you use him a specific way, right? But yeah, a few different options to work with. Be sure to check out all these websites to see what you're working with, or if you have some previous evolutions that you have been upgrading over the course of time, you might have some solid options as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.